I'm going to roll into my next review here. I'm going to be doing Strange World. Strange World, which is the Disney film that is out right now. I was going to probably ask Chris if he's seen it, but I don't know if not a lot of people have seen it because this movie's bombing pretty hard right now. And not a lot of people are going to go see this movie. I'll let you know if it's worth going to see or not. So this movie, which is called Strange Worlds, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, it is a story about the Clades. The Clades, who you have the patriarch of the family, who's Jagger Clade, is voiced by Dennis Quaid. They were searching for this different, their home world was dying. They were searching for a better world. Him and his son, who's Jake Gyllenhaal, Searcher Clade. Searcher Clade is like, instead of trying to look beyond these mountains and look for something else, it's like, hey, we got something good right here. Let's just stop right here. But the father wanted to go on, continue. It's like, no, let's go on beyond it. We can find something better. And then, Searcher was able just to stay behind, build a civilization in this community here with other people, but the same situation is happening where their resources failing, and they have to discover why it's happening and discover possibly a new world to live in. And it kind of leads into a lot of adventures there. So I do kind of like the presentation of the movie, like kind of like something that's a throwback to like more of like the old sci-fi serials or something like that. Like the look of the world that they're in very kind of reminiscent of maybe something like BioShock or that type of look that you kind of see, like this kind of old but mixed old new future, if that makes any sense, steampunk kind of element there that you have. So I do kind of like that, but I think a lot of the other kind of things kind of going on in this movie just feel very generic, you know what I mean? Just feel very kind of safe and kind of not that much risk here or not that much interesting things kind of going on. I like the look of the movie, but it does have a lot of those animated tropes and Disney kind of things kind of going on. And it doesn't do anything really remarkable with that formula. You have the kind of the sidekick kind of characters here. You got the dog who is kind of goofy and everything like that. The dog is cute. The dog is cute and everything like that. But you have that there, and then there's like another character here. You see kind of like who they named Splat, which is very much like, okay, this is a toy. This is something that you're maybe going to sell. Try to sell to kids here. Also, this movie was woefully, I think, not marketed very well. And I don't think a lot of people now don't even know this movie is a thing. Maybe if you market it a little bit better. And there's a way to kind of market this movie, which could have made it interesting, just selling more of the world and the technology and everything like that. Maybe this could have been better off. And it's Disney's had kind of similar bombs like this. Like, do you remember the movie like Atlantis? Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. I watched it when I was a little kid, and I don't remember shit about that movie.
Yeah.
So, I can kind of see that.
Yeah, so it's kind of like similar to something like that, like Atlantis, which I was a fan of Atlantis. I actually really liked Atlantis quite a bit. That was the movie with starring Michael J. Fox. I haven't seen that movie in years. I actually have to go back and watch that movie. But it kind of was a similar situation there. Where you had kind of like these kind of a little bit trying to be like this bigger kind of broader stuff with this world, but it just didn't really connect with people all that much. Maybe it'll be a similar situation with Strange World. The voice talent in this, like Dennis Quaid being this older, gruff, explorer and everything like that, like almost like this Indiana Jones type figure, I think works. I think his voice really works well for the role of an older character like that. Dennis Quaid, who, I think he fits perfectly for that. You have Gabrielle Union in this, who plays the wife of the Jake Gyllenhaal character. You have Jabuki Young White, who's the son here, who I know Jabuki. He was a correspondent for The Daily Show, if I'm mistaken. He was like a writer too. He's a funny guy. I like him. He's a funny guy. He does a lot of good stuff on Twitter. If you're going to have a Twitter account and you're going to follow somebody, I think he'd be good because he really knows how to use it really well because he is pretty funny. So I do kind of enjoy it. None of really a lot of his comedy kind of comes through all that much. And you do have a thing here where his character is gay, and they do, I think it doesn't just do quite. It does a little bit more than typically what Disney does when gay representation, because we see what Disney does. It's like, oh yeah, they'll throw in, oh yeah, by the way, they're gay, like the last 30 seconds of the movie, and then a person do, you know what I mean? They'll do that, and they make this big press run beforehand, like we have the first openly gay character in a movie, you know what I mean? Like they've been saying that for the last 8-10 movies now. But it does a little bit more there. Like we just saw it in like Wakanda Forever, like with Io, where she was gay in the movie, but they give her like one kiss on the forehead from another character. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, she's gay, just so you know. Her and this other woman are. This does more than that. Like you see him crushing on a boy, everything like that in the movie. So I was like, okay, at least you're moving a little bit more forward there in terms of something like that, and having that on screen. So good on you for that. I just think, yeah, I mean, overall, it's like, even though you have kind of some of these kind of good elements there, and I forgot to mention you have Lucy Liu, who's in this movie as well. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think I would not go see it again. I don't think there's anybody I walked away from going like, man, this was like a full movie I had really good fun with, and I would love to kind of go see again and have a good time with. And this year, because with this movie Strange World, Disney also had Lightyear. Lightyear was Pixar. I'm sorry, that wasn't Disney, but that was Pixar there. I don't think there's anything heavily to recommend. It wasn't bad. It just was okay. Maybe if you were to see it at home, if you were to see it on Disney Plus, maybe it'd be better. Maybe you could have more fun with it. And I think that's probably the best home for it. I didn't hate the movie. Didn't strongly dislike it. I just thought I was like, I think you could just do better than kind of what you did here. And so for me, I would give it, because I said, yeah, Disney Plus. I would give it just kind of a middle to low streamer for me, with that. That was my review for Strange World. Have you seen a trailer for this? Heard about it? Or anything like that?
Yes, I have seen a trailer for it. I remember getting pretty excited when I saw the teaser. It was just showing off the world that they created and the creatures and whatnot. Like, it kind of gave me vibes of Fantastic Voyage, and it also gave me a thought of like, oh, this looks like it could be the first actual good Journey to the Center of the Earth movie, because I don't think there's been a really good one of those, and it looked like this could have been the one. But then the characters, when they showed them off in the next trailer, was like, yeah, these just kind of feel like stock generic characters, even though they've got great actors voicing them. They just feel kind of typical. I'll probably watch it when it comes on Disney Plus. I do have one question about the son character, who is, I guess, is the gay character in the movie. Like, yeah, you're right. Talking about this gave me flashbacks to the Beauty and the Beast remake, where they made a whole big deal about, oh, look who's gay now, and then it's like a 9-second shot of him dancing with another guy, and it's like, that's it? Seriously? Like, yeah. So is he like a competent character in the movie, or is he just there for comedy? Because it gets kind of annoying when they make a big deal about doing something like that with the character, and then they're just there to do just shenanigans. They don't actually feel important to the movie. They don't really contribute. I wish there was more contribution with those types of characters.
So with the son, Ethan Clade, no, he is competent. I would say. I mean, because he's got that adventure spirit, like his grandfather. Like the Dennis Quaid character, and you have that traditional dynamic of the father who's like, well, I don't, want you to be this and everything like that. I'm scared for you because I love you and everything. And he's like, well, I want to be an adventurer. I don't want to be just stuck on the farm my whole life and everything like that. So yeah, he is competent. He does learn and everything like that, through the adventure and everything. So I wouldn't say he's a goofy character or anything like that.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So there you have it.